Who I believe to be the true birthers of choosing beggars, it's entitled parents. Our first one is from Kevin Eats Sushi. My local supermarket has half off on baked goods, like focaccia, sorry if I spelled it wrong, donuts, sausage rolls, you get the gist, every evening at 8 p.m. sharp. I normally take advantage of this if I can't just be bothered with cooking, or if I've been so busy that I didn't have time for it. Well, went there today. It's first come, first takers, and I'm starting to fill up some of the store-supplied plastic bags with my items. Today was pizza rolls, donut, and muffins, where I got the last donuts of the day. And while I usually have my headphones on at high volume, I decide to pull one of the sides slightly off so I can hear if someone is passing behind me or waiting to get to the goods as well, etc., etc. A mom, likely in her 40s, and her son, probably 10 or slightly older, then comes up to my side where I'm still hearing music. I can see her because the glass door to the goods is just reflective enough, and I can see her point at the donuts in my basket, and her saying something to her son. The son then reaches down to my donuts and grabs the bag, and I turn around immediately and yell, "Hands off my donuts!" which unfortunately really scared the kid. He starts crying, and his mom immediately starts yelling back, as they normally do. Never surrender, Karen 101. We have a small back and forth while still being loud, which attracts some employees. They try to get the situation under control, and thankfully, one of the employees recognized me as I shop there at least 3 to 4 times a week, and also knows that I mainly come for a baked goods sale. Even better is that they had seen me taking the last donuts. As they explain this to the mom, who is now realizing what's going on, she immediately jumps ship and demands I apologize for startling her son, and that I could at least give him a donut for scaring him. Me, having lost all sense of patience, just says, "I usually don't give stuff to thieves, and today is not that day either. I'm ready to pay, by the way," and went with the cashier to pay, and could still hear the son crying and the mom getting angry. As I walked out, some people who had been following the whole ordeal said that the mom was right and that I could at least have given the kid a donut. I just feel sorry for the kid having such a mom. I'm not sure if stealing is the correct term, but it's definitely mine since it's in my shopping basket. The kid definitely didn't deserve to be rewarded because he didn't even tell his mom, "No, that's wrong," and clearly it could not be his fault at the same time because the mom could be failing and not teaching her son those values, but still, if you're gonna try to take something from somebody else, you're definitely not gonna be rewarded by getting it. This next one is by Deleted. Gotta put this out here. Most absurd entitled parent situation I've personally encountered. My husband and I looked to hire a local husband and wife small business to clean and do maintenance projects on our house before our baby comes in a few weeks. They came by tonight to take a look at the projects and, surprise, brought their 3 elementary-aged children. No biggie, I thought. Not ideal, but I like children and like the idea of our home being a welcoming place for them. We'll let it go. We opened the door and the children scattered. All 3 took off screaming in different directions with their shoes on. One ended up in my bedroom and 2 on different ends of the living room, where they all 3 started pulling my daughter's carefully organized, orderly toys off the shelves at an extremely rapid pace. "Well, they sure made themselves at home," the mom beamed. "They sure love your house." I tried to orient the parents quickly so they would leave as soon as possible, and the oldest child noticed our loft, which is our playroom library and is also carefully organized and decorated with love and various handcrafted elements, and they all raced upstairs. We have 4 kids of our own, but managed to mostly keep things orderly. Each toy has a place. We have some small and breakable pieces from my and my husband's childhood. All the books are shelved alphabetically in categories. All 3 children started shrieking at the sight of the room. I was trying to wrap up discussion with the mom. Then the stomping started, and the clanging. Sounded like jumping off furniture. I paused for the mom to say something, but she didn't even bat an eyelash. Then came a crash that could have only been furniture falling over. Mom again didn't so much as comment. My husband ran upstairs alarmed. The youngest one, 4 maybe, then raced down, needing to go potty urgently. 3 of our 4 bathrooms need service, which is why we were hiring these people, so the only bathroom available was our master bath, where we have the chicks in an incubator. As I showed the child where to go, she got distracted by the chicks and screamed to the older kids upstairs to come and see now! So the 2 older came barreling up and yelling, shoes on, through my bedroom and bathroom, and the small one didn't quite make it to the toilet in the excitement. This all happened in like the 15 minutes I thought we'd be quickly introducing the adult contractors to the projects and negotiating pay. This was bizarre and horrible. I thought, but we'll just have them do the job tomorrow and not work with them again. But then, 2 of the kids started to tantrum when it was time for them to leave, notably without putting away a single toy they had disassembled and strewn about. Mom says, "It's okay, we'll be back so you can play more with them tomorrow." What the fuck? She was expecting to bring the children and leave them unsupervised in my home? Or maybe she expected me to provide childcare, while she performed tasks clearly unsafe for children in closed-off rooms for 7 hours. Of course, we are canceling. I'm almost too shocked to even be upset. I just checked upstairs and found a shelf of books partially toppled. Every toy in the living room is in pieces on the floor. Pee is not in the toilet. It happens so fast. I just can't. What? I honestly wonder how many people they have literally just dealt with on a one-time basis because they bring their kids along. Their kids are like a fucking tornado to the house, and then people just don't want to deal with them anymore. That can't bode well, especially if you're a small mom-and-pop business like this one, apparently. What an absolute nightmare. And our final one is from Green Sweatshirt. This happened several years ago, and it still makes me angry whenever I think about it. My dog was not feeling well, and we were sitting in the waiting room of the vet's office. A family sat down across from me, and the father saw my dog and told his daughter, who looked like she was about 2 or 3 years old, to go meet Lassie. Everything was fine until she decided to start climbing on his back. I said, "No, he has arthritis and doesn't feel well. Please don't do that." The girl's father jumped up and ran over and started screaming so close to my face that I could feel his spit. He said I had no business bringing a dog like that here if it wasn't good with kids, and there was something wrong with me if I wouldn't let a Lassie dog play with kids. I told him that he has arthritis and is not feeling well, and I did not want her trying to ride him. He verbally abused me. Female, baby boomer, some more, and told me to take the dog out of there, the vet's office, if it wasn't okay for his daughter to play with him. My dog was perfectly well behaved. He always is. I was trying to protect him. I looked over at the vet techs, hoping they would step in, but they were on the phone. He said, "Here, Lassie, here, girl," then picked up his daughter and held her over my dog to try to place her on my dog's back. I grabbed my dog's leash and pulled him out from under her just in time, and the kid started to whine. I said, "He's a boy, and he's here to see the vet. He is not a horse, and he's not here for your kid to ride." This resulted in a lot more verbal abuse from him, and I kept wishing the vet techs would get off the phone and do something. He was still berating me when a vet tech called my name and led me and my dog into an exam room. My dog was treated for gastroenteritis and recovered just fine. A little update. My dog is doing fine. His arthritis bothers him sometimes, but he is enjoying life. Fortunately, I never saw that entitled father again. I still get steamed whenever I remember him. That entitled father's lucky that the OP didn't end up calling the cops, because in some ways I feel like that's animal abuse, especially if you're in a vet, you're there to have your animal looked at. A vet isn't a zoo, and I feel like that's what this entitled father thought it really was. Good on the OP though for standing their ground. Alright, that's enough entitlement for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Entitled Parents. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons and super thanks contributors. Have a great day and stay safe out there.